President Trump, you've effectively abolished DEI in America. How do you feel about diversity in Hollywood?
I have nothing against diversity in movies. I think diversity is fantastic. For example, let's talk about the Asians. Wonderful people. I love a good Asian. That's why I'm signing an executive order to produce a new movie with Lucy Liu, Michelle Yeoh, and Sandra Oh. And they're all going to appear in a reboot of Death Race. All the drivers will be Asian women, and all of them will be over 50 years old. You better believe it's going to be absolute carnage.
Mr. President, that seems to play on a stereotype that some people would consider hurtful.
Wrong. Completely incorrect. We are cranking up the diversity to 11. This is diversity at a level that we've, frankly, never seen before. So everyone should be very happy, including you. If you're not happy, then maybe you've got a problem with Asian women.
No, I don't have a problem with that, but that's not what I'm...
Good. Then there's no problem. And speaking of female reboots, I've just signed off on another one. It has a lot of shouting, very emotional. Some people might say it's a little too emotional, but I don't say that. Get ready for the all-female version of There Will Be Blood.
Again, I think that's in very poor taste. And
Are you offended by feminine issues, Dan?
No. That's
I didn't think so, because I know you're a good guy. So go check this one out. And if you miss it in theaters the first time, don't worry, because it's going to come back for a few days every month. And now I'd like to discuss my Hispanic friends. They voted for me in historic numbers, and they won't be sorry, because we've got some wonderful reboots lined up for them. This first one is a very popular TV show. I'm sure you've heard of it. So hold on to your socks and say hello to the all-Hispanic remake of Home Improvement.
Wow. That's not okay.
It's been completely reimagined as a compelling Latinx story. It's now muy caliente, as they say. I've also got a great project coming up for my dear friend, Danny Trejo. He's a fantastic hombre, probably my favorite hombre. And that's why I've given Danny the role of the constant gardener.
Jesus.
And we're also rewriting this next one. I'm super excited about the Hispanic remake of Gone in 60 Seconds. It really captures the modern day immigrant experience.
Okay. Now, Mr. President, that's quite insensitive. We need to wrap this up, I think.
Just a few more, Dan. This one's a real Christmas classic. It's a reboot of Home Alone. Great movie. But in case you hadn't noticed, it's all white people. So we're going to recast the roles of the guys who break into the house. Instead of Joe Pesci and that other white guy, it's now Jamie Foxx and Sam Jackson.
Right. So,
Isn't it wonderful, Dan?
Yeah. But why are the criminals being played by people of color? Why not have the child be African American, for example?
You could go that way, Dan, but then you'd still have a majority of whites. My way is more diverse. Bottom line, it was a movie about 3 white people, and now 2 of them are black. And if you have a problem with that, then you'd better correct your thinking. Next up, we have a really spectacular film. I know you've heard of it. Say hello to the new Usual Suspects.
I'm not sure how to even respond to that one.
Totally black reboot. Except for Benicio, he gets to stay. And I hope you like superhero movies, Dan, because this next one's a cult classic. Prepare yourself for the amazingly diverse remake of Darkman.
Let's just stop, because this is getting disgusting.
Oh, so I guess you're fine with Liam Neeson, a white man, playing a person of color. That's very interesting, Dan.
No, that's not what the title means. The movie is not about a black man.
We're just trying to be part of the solution. Are you part of the problem?
This whole thing has been a giant dog whistle.
I think your opinion is very clear. You believe that only white actors can play these roles.
Oh my God.
And now you've made things uncomfortable, so we're moving on. I'm going to start throwing out some names, and you tell me when you get excited. Larry David, Adam Sandler, Mark Maron, Andy Samberg, Jesse Eisenberg, all the Bergs. And they're all coming together for a reboot of the hit series, What We Do in the Shadows. It's now a wonderful Jewish story, but I can't take full credit for this one. I had some help from my good friend, Kanye. He's a brilliant man and a very stable genius like myself. That's why I'm strongly considering him for the position of ambassador to Israel. And I think it's going to work out very well.
All right, Mr. President, I think that's more than enough. We're gonna sign off now, so thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Dan. We're all very excited about this new kind of diversity.